time to do this thing. Come on, tablet. Oh, here we go. Boom. No, no, no. Close. Yes. No. No. Yes. And there we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Monday, December 2nd, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Now, why do I cringe when I say December? Because it means the year is coming to an end. It means 2019. We have less than a 12th of the month of the year. 8%. We're down to 8% of a year. Yikes. And why is that a big deal? Happy Cyber Monday to you, Stacy. Because I like to get stuff done. I'm here to accomplish things. And the faster time goes, good morning, Frank. The faster time goes, the less opportunity I have to get stuff done. But I will say, holiday sales are going really well. So thank you. A shout out to everyone who's been supporting and helping the shows the organization. Ooh, I make a good purchase. Means a lot. It means a lot. And we're selling quite a variety of stuff this year. We've never sold this much apparel, so that's really fun. I really dig that. It's one thing for people to buy a uniform they need or sparring equipment that they need. But if you're buying a whistlekick shirt or a hat or a mug, it's because you want to. And that's pretty great. I appreciate that. I appreciated this weekend. It was a pretty great weekend. I did not do a lot. It was nice. I had a Friendsgiving on Saturday with some extended family. That was really nice. I ate too much of food I should not have been eating at all, but it was good. Found myself in the gym both days, working out, clean the house, just took it easy. And that's not common for me, so it was really enjoyable. Rewatched the entire, well, not the entire, but rewatched the original Star Wars trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. And they looked really good on Disney Plus. Disney Plus works really well on the app I've got on my LG TV. It doesn't work quite as well when I'm pushing stuff from my phone. So, what else? What's going on today? So the draft, the transcription of the book that I've been working on, Martial Artist Handbook, is done. So everything with that is in high gear. So we'll see what's going on there. Yeah. Book. Oh, it's Monday. There's an episode out. Whose episode is today? Let's see. Today's episode is with... Oh, Sifu Stephen Makramala. Don't play. I don't want you to play. I just want to read. There we go. He's a kung fu guy. And we had some interesting conversation. I really like talking to him. Yeah, we clicked on a lot of levels. Sorry, I'm kind of spacey because I'm tired. Not the right word. Just I'm waking up. The lights up there were being weird, so the lighting's different today. Different bulbs. But check out Martial Arts Radio. Let's talk about these questions. We got some questions here. If you want to ask some questions, drop them below. I'll answer them tomorrow. Shout out to Frank, as always, for making sure there are questions. It has been said, the mediocre teacher tells, The good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates. The great teacher inspires. William Arthur Ward. What do you think? I agree. I agree. So let's break it down. The mediocre teacher tells. Yeah, I think the lowest caliber of teacher who's someone who just gives a has a single way of explaining something that may or may not work for people. And if you don't understand it from that explanation, they don't have a lot else to give you. Of course, a better way to teach is to be able to explain in different ways and make sure that people understand what it is that you're teaching. The next level was demonstration, and I don't know about you, but when I teach martial arts, I have to show things. I can't just use words because not everyone learns well with words. And then the final one, the superior teacher inspires. Beyond the ability to give people skills or knowledge, to convey them in a way that is inspiring, I think is pretty darn powerful. And I've certainly had some instructors in martial arts. I've had school teachers, I've had a number of people in my life who have been inspirational. And I think the world of them. That inspiration it's not common. The ability to foster that in someone is not easy, and it's rewarding to see someone take what you're doing and run with it. To teach someone something that they go off and become better than you at it. That's pretty amazing stuff. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. It has been said, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Eleanor Roosevelt. What do you think? I think everyone in modern society needs to say that about 10 times when they first wake up. Maybe it'll solve some of our challenges. Because it's true, it's what we're doing. And I hate it. We spend so much time complaining about people and what they do or they don't do. We're not even working on solutions. We're just complaining. We're not even talking about the events. It'd be nice if we were talking about the ideas. This quote means a lot to me because it so very succinctly sums up my views on what's worth your effort. When I spend time with people, sure, I want to know what's going on with them, and I want to know what they're up to. But I'd much rather spend time talking about what they believe and what's important to them. Ideas, concepts. What is consuming their thoughts? Unfortunately, most people, what consumes their thoughts are people and sometimes events. And that can be really frustrating. And this is why the circle of people that I actually spend time with is not very large. Because I don't spend time talking about people. I mean, I do. I'm not saying I'm above this or anything like that. It's not like that. But as an entrepreneur, most of my time and energy is invested in ideas, concepts. Predictions. these very fuzzy notions that you can't touch, you can't. I mean, think about this show for an example. I talked to a number of people about this show and fleshing out the concept. The idea of this show and the fact that it would still be going a year and a half later, that's weird to most people. Most people don't want to conceptualize something so vague and non-concrete. Well, those are the same thing. Having a tough time with vocabulary this morning. Oh, my neck is tight. I probably need to get a chiropractic adjustment, but I lost my chiropractor over a year ago, and I really don't want to do the work to find another one. Nor do I really want to spend the money, but I probably should. So when you think about this quote, my thought, my suggestion, is you use it as a metric. Consider the people around you. Are all they do, is the only thing they're doing talking about people? Are they talking about themselves? Are they talking about each other? Are they talking about, even worse, people who aren't there? Are they bashing them? If they're speaking critically of others constantly, maybe that's not a group you want to be part of. If it's the same thing, but it's talking about things that happened or are going to happen, okay, that's better. But hopefully the group of people you're around, they're talking about ideas. They're talking about dreams. They're talking about goals and impact on the world and other things. Because that's how it all moves forward. You can't get bogged down. Yeah. I could probably say more, but I think I'm going to talk in circles if I do. So let's move on. It has been said about eating healthy: eat the best, leave the rest. You could say that about a lot of things, I think. It could be an approach towards competition. Worry about the people who are going to give you the hardest time. If we think of that in terms of food and nutrition, focus on the most important things. Make sure you're getting enough protein. Make sure you're eating greens, etc. It's about attention. It's about priorities. So whether it's nutrition, what you're eating, whether it's about your training, spend your time on the most important stuff, or whether it's on where your energy goes. There's a, I don't know if it's a quote, but there's something I've heard a number of times that resonates for me. A shark does not concern itself with the opinions of guppies. We have a finite amount of effort, of energy, of decisions to make. And the more that we focus that on things that matter, on things that move the ball, whatever the ball is in your life, towards the goal, whatever that is, that's where you need to focus your energy. Yesterday, I'm going to relate this back. Oh, there's a sneeze coming. No, there isn't. It's still hanging out there. The last few weeks, I've done like an hour of work on Sunday. Very little. Just sat down at my desk, did a couple emails, did a few things. And I've noticed that that's had an impact on my productivity through the week. And I spent some time contemplating that yesterday. I believe, I've read this, I've felt this, it makes sense to me, that there are a fixed number of decisions that we can make in a day. And of course, when this subject comes up, eyelash in my eye. When this subject comes up, someone's inevitably talking about Steve Jobs and the fact that he wore the same thing every day. And that was part of why he did that, because it was one less decision he had to make. But I think that's it. So I take 4 or 5 things from my plate, usually from today, from Monday, handle them on Sunday, and there are that many fewer decisions I have to make today, which means I can give more energy to each decision and not feel exhausted. Because I think that's part of it. Those of you who have been watching for a while know that Mondays are not a great day for me. I don't feel productive. And I think this is why, is that Mondays end up with all the little stuff, the trivial things that take 5, 10, 15 minutes, but I still have to do them. I still have to think about them. And honestly, I tend to do those things first in the day because they're the easiest to get done and I feel accomplished. But then 2 o'clock rolls around, sometimes earlier, and the only things left take several hours, and I just don't have that energy in me. But I've noticed over the last couple of weeks that let me tackle some of these things on Sunday, these little things, and I feel a little more focused on Monday. So that's been interesting. So if we think about it food-wise, eat the best, leave the rest. If you're making good decisions in the morning, that's going to lead to better things later on. I've noticed this, that what I eat first sets the tone for what my body is asking for the rest of the day. If I start off eating junk, I don't have a good day food-wise. And it's the amount that I eat and it's what I eat. But if I start off with, a couple eggs, maybe a little bit of cheese, throw, a couple chopped veggies in there, make some scrambled eggs with some veggies, I feel better through the day. Now, right now I'm in the midst of cutting back on calories, in part because everywhere I turn, people are feeding me pie and cookies and everything. So my breakfast lately has been a cup of coffee with a couple hundred calories of butter and MCT oil. Some people call it bulletproof coffee. And that's actually the company that kind of promoted that idea, called Bulletproof. And that gets me usually to somewhere between 11 and 1, and I feel good, and I think clearly, and I don't eat as much through the day. Not just because I eat, 600-700 calories at breakfast, but my body says, okay, this is what I'm being asked to run on. The first things I give it are caffeine and fat. So it seems to work. Eat the best thing for you at that time, under those conditions. Leave the rest. Here's another way to look at that. And then we'll start winding down. Holidays are a tough time food-wise for a lot of people because there's so much food and it all tastes good. So on Saturday, when I was with some friends, everybody brought food. I brought this big crock pot of fried rice that I made. Everybody else brought desserts, for the most part. I made sure I ate some of the rice, which is why I brought it, because I knew that there was going to be a lot of desserts. So I had something this was of all the choices, it was the best thing for me. And then I picked a couple things on the table that were definitely the rest. They were going to taste good, but that was all that they were going to provide. So I chose a couple things to leave out, and that left me with the middle, right? So I started by eating some of the best stuff, I picked out things to say, I'm not going to eat that one thing or those two things. In this case, it was two things. I'm not going to eat those two things, and I can have some of what's left. It's about balance. It's about recognizing your willpower to say, I'm not going to eat any of these other things. Yeah, that wasn't going to work for me. So, there we go. Choices, good choices. Well, I hope you have a good day. I hope you go check out Sifu Makramala's episode of Martial Arts Radio, whether that's here or in your podcast feed. If you've got a podcast feed going, subscribe to First Cut. Help us with those downloads. We'll see what's going on there. I'll give you homework in a second. If you want to ask a question, drop it below. Remember, we do this show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, here on YouTube. So subscribe and turn on notifications. There are, I think tomorrow, I've got scheduled to record another episode of Who'd Win, and there's some other video content coming, so make sure you're aware. Know what's going on. We're doing a lot here at Whistlekick. We're just trying to help. And if you want to email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com. Go check out the Cyber Monday sales at whistlekick.com. Lots of fun stuff. All right, here's your homework. I want you to be aware of your choices today. Oh, and tomorrow's another Facebook Live episode. Thank you, Gabe. Gabe helps out with that show. 8 p.m. 8:30. 8. Why can I not remember this? 8 p.m. Eastern. We do it the first Tuesday of the month. 8 o'clock Eastern on Facebook Live. So Martial Arts Radio Live is what we call that. I want you to be aware of your choices today. I want you to think about willpower as a tangible resource. You've got a certain amount of willpower you can dedicate, a certain amount of choice you can handle through your day. And I want you to look at the choices that you're making and how much juice that takes. If you're agonizing about what to wear or what to eat or what to say in this email, if you're getting bogged down in minutia, that's less big stuff that you have juice to handle. And the big stuff is what matters. So whether you start with the big stuff or you develop routines so the little stuff doesn't take as much effort from you, it's important you find those things. Find ways to help yourself move the ball forward, get towards the goal line, whatever that is for you. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Peace.